All right, welcome back to the Woody and Riz Show. Riz out today. He's on his way back home to Jersey for some family business this weekend. He'll be back here on Monday. But I know he's going to be bummed out about missing this segment because this is like one of his favorite segments of the year. We have our boy, our friend Scott from GrillinFools.com in studio. Morning, Scott.
Morning, guys.
Always great to see you. So this is true. Like, you have like a legitimate day job, and this is just your passion. This is like what you do on the side.
Yeah, it's an absolute obsession.
Yeah, because you're like you're a computer guy by trade, right?
Yes.
And so that's he started this website, and people are like, well, why all the computer stuff? Well, because that's kind of what he does. He's into like blogging a lot, and weren't you just like quoted in the Wall Street Journal recently? I heard.
Yeah, actually, it was January for a grilling in winter article or something like that. So
yeah. So you've become like an official like go-to source on grill stuff.
Yeah, I've never really been an expert in anything in my life, but evidently I am on grilling.
Yeah.
Nice.
So if you dig grilling, GrillinFools.com is an awesome website. Basically, why do people go there? It's a free website, so you don't need membership or anything, but you can go there and you can type in like pork, beef, and just get a bunch of different ideas of things that you can do beyond just like burgers and brats. I mean, of course you could do that too, but so basically how it works. Why go to GrillinFools.com?
Where we differentiate ourselves, and I heard you talk about earlier, is that most grilling websites or grilling books or cookbooks, whatever, they have a recipe and then a nice, pretty picture of what it looks like at the end, all right? And yes, our photography's gotten a lot better, but the point of what we do is we have that pretty picture at the end, but we also have a step-by-step, every single step of the way. So if you're doing a brisket for 10 hours, 2 hours in, 4 hours in, 5 hours, whatever, we're going to have a picture every step of the way, so you're going to know that, this is looking a little black because it's got a lot of brown sugar in the rub, so it's going to darken up, but it's okay. It's going to taste great.
Right.
So you don't, it's just kind of trying to remove the intimidation factor of, I've never tried a prime rib. Well, I have, is it hard to do a prime rib? And I'd show them how to do it. I just put a simple rub on it, and I flame the crap out of it. And, most people go, oh, my God, I would never do that. I would never take that expensive cut of meat and flame the hell out of it.
Then dinner's screwed.
Right.
And it's one of the easiest things on the grill to do on the grill. So, I mean, that's kind of what our greatest compliment is when somebody goes, all I ever do is burgers and brats. I saw your website, and I tried X, whatever that is, and it came out great. And now I'm trying Y. That's what we want to hear. We want to expand that beyond the simple burgers, brats, and dogs.
Yeah.
Let's get into something crazy.
You guys want a good idea? This sounds so. You sent me an email on this. I think this sounds awesome. These stuffed smoked pork tenderloin sliders. Yeah, I'm in. On a Hawaiian roll?
Yeah. That's actually, Dad got this idea from our grill contest we have in the fall, our charity contest, and he did it, and then I did it again, but I smoked it on a gas grill because most people don't think they can smoke on a gas grill, so I fired up a charbroil and showed that you could do that, and then I made this recipe, and it's just stuff with cream cheese and pepper jelly, and then smoked, and then put on a Hawaiian roll, and it's just
oh my God. So how long does it take, like start to finish? Something that's like time consuming, or
that thing takes about an hour to smoke. That's it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's it. That's not bad.
Pork tenderloin cooks really fast. There's no fat in it, so boom.
So basically, what you just take the pork tenderloin, you season it.
Yeah, you season it, salt and pepper. You put a rub on it if you want, and then what you do is you slice it down the middle and butterfly it out. Don't cut all the way through, and then you pound the crap out of it with
pound your meat. Got it.
Pound your meat with a meat mallet.
Yeah.
And then it spreads onto a giant paillard is basically what it is, and then you spread the cream cheese and garlic and pepper jelly that you mix together. You spread that on, and you roll it up, and then you smoke it.
Yeah. So then the cream cheese isn't just like running all out though, right?
It does a little. Like when you roll it back up, you try to put that so the seam is straight up. Yeah. And when it would have been fine, except that I moved it. It was too close to the heat. When I moved it down, I lost a little cheese, but it was still plenty in there.
So then what to serve it? Then what? You just like slice it almost like into like medallions, like just a little slice, and then just throw it on the slider bun.
Right. You take it off, let it rest, not just for the meat to rest, but to let the cheese settle down. Because if you cut into it right away, the cheese is just going to run all over
lose it all.
Yeah, so
I'm all about that. All right, couple other questions I had for you.
Sure.
Number one, I'm thinking about getting a smoker. Talking about smoking things. Do the electric smokers work just as well as the non-electric? If you just want to go with
smoke is smoke,
charcoal,
man.
Yes, it doesn't matter.
So my web
I've heard
guy,
both.
My web guy Jason Butler's got an electric smoke, and he makes some incredible stuff. And it's a burner, and you just gets the wood going, and you get the right temperature in there, and you set it and forget it. And I was a guy who
said, my speed.
I would never do that. I was like, I would never do that. I'm a charcoal guy, whatever. And now I cook a gas all the time. But I watched Alton Brown make a Kamado style grill out of a plant pot and an electric burner. So I mean, and that dude knows his stuff. So
the science of food.
You can do electric. Just good smoke wood. Get some good peach. Get some good pear, something like that. And
Because you
and
can
have
get like
fun.
those little discs too, right? Like they just kind of like drop in and
Or pellets or
Yeah.
whatever you want to do. Yeah.
yeah. 'Cause,
Nice.
I was thinking about getting that. And then the other thing I wanted to know from you, speaking of gadgets, I think my thermometer is fine. I had this digital thermometer for like 10 years. Finally
Right.
took a crap. Are these ones with the apps that you can like monitor on your phone? Are those any good? Like,
Well,
or like what? Like some people, like my friends over at Kenner's, like, dude, just get like a regular thermometer, not even
Right.
digital, just a regular
Right.
meat thermometer, and that's probably the most accurate. But
Right.
how can that be just as accurate as one that literally gives you a digital readout?
There's all kinds of thermometers. You can get the one that's an instant read. They're like $80 from Thermapen, and you stick it in there, and in 1 second it tells you the temperature. Or you can get one of these. I keep one of these just as a spare in case my main one runs out. And I had to use this last year when we did our pig. But the what you're talking about is iGrill, and it's for. Do you have an iPhone?
I like.
Do you have
I'm
an iPhone?
in. Yeah.
See, I don't have an iPhone, so I have an Android, so I can't use it. So I haven't used it, but it could basically just project it to your phone, and I think you can actually set it up to a website and actually have it, have other people monitor your
That's awesome.
your grilling experience.
Wow.
I don't know if I need that.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love
Yeah.
to monitor your meat.
It's not wow. There you go. It's not that it's not that cheap though. Those aren't. I'm like the basic nice remote probe thermometer is about $50-$60 for a
Right.
good one, but those things are like $100-something bucks. But
Thing is,
it's
I bought like this digital thermometer 10 years ago, so if I can get like another 10 years out of
Right,
something, I
right.
mean, if it's a little bit more expensive, who cares?
And that's
If it
one of the
works.
gadgets that I talk about. Everybody should get a probe thermometer, and especially one with a remote. So like this one, I plug it into this base here and plug it into the meat, and then
Yeah.
I take this in the house with me, and it tells me when
Yeah,
it's done.
that's cool.
Nice.
And some annoying broad's voice tells me, "Hey, it's almost done. It's almost done. It's almost done." But it's cool. I mean, I can step away, and then I've got this little guy here, this Pitmaster IQ, which I put it on the grill, and it sets the temperature of the grill for me.
Yeah, we've heard this. So how exactly does this work? People are like asking about that. Was that last week or the week before? Somebody called up and told us about it, and it sounds awesome.
Well, what it does, it's basically
But-
got a what's that?
It controls the heat for you.
It's a little box that has a thermostat in it.
Yeah.
And it has a thermometer that goes in the grill, and the box has a fan and it connects to a hose, and you put the hose onto the grill, and then you set it for whatever temperature you want it to be, and then whenever the temperature drops, it blows air onto the fire and stokes it up.
No way. That's
That's
awesome.
cool.
Now think about this. So you got
That's so cool.
You got Pitmaster holding the temperature, and
Yeah.
this thing can attach to any grill. You just have to find, and this is for if you really want to give this away. today.
Charcoal or wood though. That's it.
Charcoal, yeah,
obviously,
right.
it's not going to work with your gas grill.
Right.
So think about this. In January
Yeah.
or late July, you've got this on the grill, keeping it the right temperature, and you know when your food is done. You don't even have to step outside except to get the grill started.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's
Speaking of getting the grill
fantastic.
started, this thing that you brought, Scott brought this thing. Scott from GrillinFools.com is here with us with some Memorial Day grilling tips. We already talked about the stuffed smoked pork tenderloin slider. Somebody asking if we can give that recipe again. If you just go to the blog, we're going to post everything up on the blog, including a link to the recipe on GrillinFools.com, so you get that step-by-step photo and video instruction of what it's supposed to look every step of the way. But anyway, getting the grill started, this other gadget that you brought, man, it looks like Godzilla's vibrator.
This is called the Luftleiter.
German?
Swedish, actually.
Swedish.
So it's and it is it's an industrial heat gun, and it's
Looks like a blowtorch.
that's what it is. You put it on the charcoal. Put a pile of charcoal. You put it right on it, and you light it, and you pull it back just like a half an inch, and you keep it aimed there 2, 3, 4 minutes, depending on the pile of charcoal. You have a hot fire. I mean, it is instant. And you can light your home fire in it if your fireplace. You can
Really?
light with this thing. Yeah, no kindling, just aiming at the wood.
If you had like a flamethrower,
This is like a
it
controlled
looks like a mini.
flamethrower.
It looks like a mini flamethrower. This thing, it's
Yeah.
cool, man.
It's
What's it
like-
called again?
It's called the Luftleiter, and I
Yeah.
actually have this is a used one because they were overnighting me some,
Yeah.
but we'll have one of those you can give away too.
All right. Well, we're gonna put links to all this stuff on the blog. Don't feel like you have to remember everything right now as you're listening. I mean, I know a lot of guys are always looking for great grill ideas or gadgets to dork around with for the grill or your smoker or whatever. So just go to 1057thepoint.com/war. That's 1057thepoint.com/war. If you have any questions for Scott from GrillinFools.com, 314-969-DUDE, 314-969-3833. Like this one, Bob in Granite. Good morning.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, dude, what's your question?
Hey, I was just wondering about smoking on a gas grill. Where do you put the wood at? Do you have to put it in a container or something, or because I just got a 4-burner gas grill and I was just wanting to know how to actually use it as a smoker.
Okay, so you take the grill grate off of one side and turn that grill burner all the way up, and then take wood chips and put them in a foil ball, poke a couple holes in it, and put that foil ball right on the flame. Then you put your meat on the other side, so you get hot enough in there to ignite the wood chips, unsoaked. If you soak the wood chips, you're not going to get any smoke. And then you go ahead and put the meat on the other side, and that's how you get your smoke.
Dude, Bob, the best thing I ever bought, and I have a gas grill, but I bought one of these infrared grills, like the Charbroil Reds.
Yep,
those are fantastic. You want to talk about easy to smoke on these grills, because it has like instead of having the flame right underneath the grate. Underneath the grate is like a half-barreled basin kind of thing, right?
Yep.
It almost like a bathtub kind of thing, a metal bathtub almost underneath the grate. So you don't get the flame up, so you're not charring the crap out of everything. I mean, you can do some serious searing on this, and it won't flame up and start burning the meat. And then also you can just take wood chips without even having to put them in the foil, and you can literally just drop them down there between the grates right onto this basin thing, and it just starts smoking that way. And to clean it out, you just literally kind of sweep it out into a bag, and you're done.
Right.
It's Charbroil Red. I know they sell them like at Home Depot and Lowe's.
True infrared is what their kind of brand is.
Yeah, I like and there's two different ones that they sell. They sell some at Lowe's and then some at Home Depot. The one at Home Depot I like better because of the grates. The grates on the ones that they sell at Lowe's, I don't know why they have different ones at different stores like that, but the ones at Lowe's are more like this like kind of cast iron, just solid heavy grates. Right. Okay, the ones at Lowe's, it's more like a stainless steel kind of grate, and it's got these little perforated holes at the bottom. Talk about a bitch to clean and a bitch to deal with. These other ones are great. Take a steel brush, boom, done.
That's the grill grates that I've got too.
Yeah, and those are the ones that are available over at the Home Depot.
And you know what?
Well, cool, fellas.
Yeah, I use that grill more than anything right now.
I've always been wondering how to do that with a gas grill, and I was just always nervous about it. Well, thanks for the advice. I appreciate it.
No problem, man. All right, dude. So nice of you to remember Riz's birthday, by the way. All right, so we got Scott from GrillinFools.com here. Memorial Day weekend. Everybody likes to get out and grill. In fact, I was talking to my friends over at Kenrick's, which we have some Kenrick's gift certificates to give away. $25 Kenrick's gift certificates that we'll be giving away throughout the segment. So if you'd like to win those, 314-969-DUDE will be the phone number. Let's make it really easy to give those away. Question, so since you do this on the side and you're grilling a lot, how much do you end up spending just on, raw materials, meat, seasonings, things like that you need for these different recipes?
I could check my taxes, but a couple $1,000 at least a year, and that
a year?
Yeah,
that's not bad.
Maybe 3.
Well, then how often are you grilling?
I'd like to grill once a week, but I don't always get that option. I mean,
so a lot of times it's not even just like experimental. It's just you're having dinner tonight, so you're grilling. I'm saying like when you're just doing like some of these projects that he does on the side, man, are they're pretty involved.
Yeah, some of the things, like
pigs,
Yeah, I'm doing that this weekend. I sometimes, I'll make something and it just sucks, and I gotta that didn't work, so I gotta go back to the drawing board on that one, and that one kills me when I have to go back and start over and come up with something else, or
especially since it's on your own dime, you know?
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Because if it's ruined, it's ruined.
Right, you
can't say it's like a business expense, really.
It is. I mean, that's actually kind of why I started the website. It was like, you know what? If I start this blog, I could write off meat and charcoal, and I'm going to buy that stuff anyway. And then it sort of took off. And instead of being a money saver, then I had to go get insurance, and I had to get, had to pay for hosting, and I had to get a CPA, and then it just became, I started hemorrhaging cash. And I was like, so if anybody wants to sponsor Grillin' Fools, we could use the sponsorships, because it's expensive now that we have, a following. You have to have like $1 million insurance policy because of some, yahoo burns down his house because I was grilling a steak, Grillin' Fools, and burned down my deck. I'm gonna sue him.
That's your fault.
So
GrillinFools.com. Bunch of different recipes on there, like these blowtorch ribs. Those sound dangerous. Blowtorch right there in the title.
You had me at blowtorch. I mean, somebody mentioned this, and I was like, I've got to try that. And
when you say ribs to me never sound easy.
They are. I mean,
time-consuming.
Baby backs I do in 2
risky.
hours. Spares I do in 2.5 to 3. And these are just my regular rib recipe. And then at the end, I slather on this kind of paste of it's like apple jelly, peach preserves, and then hot pepper jelly. So you got kind of sweet and savory going on there. And then hit them with the blowtorch. So you had all that sugary, stuff on there, and the blowtorch caramelizes it and gives it kind of like a crunch, an outer crunch.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, you want to talk about a crowd pleaser. You're grilling on Memorial Weekend. You got a bunch of people over. When you bust out a blowtorch,
yeah, dude,
everybody's coming to talk to you. What the hell are you doing?
I mean, at least all the guys,
right? Yeah.
So I know that, like down at Bogart's, they do something with blowtorch on their ribs.
Yeah.
And those are fantastic.
Kind of the inspiration there, Skip Steele.
Love that. Let's go to Alex over in Alton. He's got a question for Scott from GrillinFools.com. Hey, what's your question?
I was wondering, is it worth buying a gas and charcoal grill?
Yes.
Like a combination grill.
Oh,
what's the difference?
the combination grill is it doesn't do either one of them well. It's a really small cook surface for gas, so you got that, but it's you can't cook a lot on it. And then charcoal, you've got a little small, so you can't do like indirect. Even with the side smoker box, that helps, but it does a lot of things, but none of them really, really well. I highly recommend if you want gas and charcoal, just get one of each. I know it's expensive, but you'll have a much better grill of each one, be able to get to much more better experience out of them than going with the hybrid.
Cool.
Yeah, I didn't know because we have a gas grill and we grill probably 5 nights a week, so
God bless you.
It's amazing. I don't do it; the boyfriend does, but it's pretty
God
awesome.
bless
Well, it sounds like if you're grilling that much, it might be worth it to just invest in one of each. Do different things depending on, like, weekday is more like a gas grill thing, right? And then the weekends is more about charcoal. You have more time to hang out, especially if you got kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, we don't.
Yeah. All right, Alex, thanks for the call. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, later. Let's go to Steve here on line 3. Steve, what's your question for Scott from Grillin' Fools?
Hey, Scott. Been following you for a while.
Thank you, sir.
Happy birthday, Riz.
That's so nice to remember.
I've got a question. I like to do the ribs, but I'm thinking about wrapping them in foil like midway through and then marinating them after the fact, kind of. Have you done that?
Yeah. So the question is, do you like fall off the bone ribs, or do you like them just short of that?
I kind of like some sauce, yeah.
No, I mean, fall off the bone. Are they?
Yeah, fall off the bone. That's what I'm wanting.
Okay, then foiling's your friend. If you don't like them fall off the bone, then if you foil for more than a half an hour, they're going to be a little overdone. And overdone ribs are fall off the bone, but man, most people like fall off the bone ribs. So if that's what you like,
I love that.
Throw them in the foil. Yeah. You smoke them for an hour, hour and a half to 2 hours. Throw them in foil with some sort of liquid, whether it's honey or syrup or beer or wine or anything, and it'll just steam in there, and it'll.
I'm kind of putting myself in that foil with the ribs right now.
Okay.
I'm kind of feeling that. That feels awesome.
That's good.
Okay, man. You guys, it's awesome you guys had him on. That's
all right, Steve. Thanks, man. Did I hear that right? He's putting himself in there?
Yeah,
I think he's going to take care of
I think he
some
likes
business.
that honey. Yeah.
That's a different kind of marinade.
Yeah, that's right.
Dude, these sweet heat Cajun ribs that he gave us a recipe for, which you can find on our website, 1057thepoint.com/war. It'll take you right to the but, dude, this sounds awesome. It sounds really simple, too, because all you need is that Riley's Cajun seasoning and then 2 cups of brown sugar. And you season with Riley's, and you throw it on the grill for, 2 hours?
Right.
And then when it's done, you just cover it with the brown sugar, cover it with the foil, speaking of foil.
Foiling, that's right.
On the grill for another 2.5, 3 hours. Done. Sweet heat Cajun ribs. You got the brown sugar, you got the Cajun, like the spice and the heat from that.
Now, there's a trick to this,
awesome.
Though. You take, when you foil the ribs, you put them bone side up, so you have that concave there, so it creates kind of like a bowl. And so when you cover both sides with foil, with brown sugar, the brown sugar sits in that bowl, and it melts. And then the fat that comes out of the ribs creates a syrup. This syrup is the key to this. So you take the ribs out and you slice the ribs. And you keep that syrup and that foil off to the side, right?
And you
slice
pour
ribs
it directly in your mouth.
And you just do what you can. And you drizzle that over the ribs.
Yeah.
I mean to tell you, it is redundant. I mean, it's got this just the heat from the Cajun and the sweet from the brown sugar. It's just this perfect combination. It is so simple, and it's probably my go-to. That and the blowtorch ribs are the ones I make the most all the time now.
I'm a sucker for anything like Cajun seasoning.
Yeah, me too.
New Orleans barbecue shrimp kind of stuff. I'm into all that kind of. I love it.
Cajun, blackened, jerk. I love all that kind of stuff.
Heck yeah,
Love jerking the meat.
Yeah, jerk it.
Deep fried ribs.
Deep fried ribs.
Explain this really quick. A lot of people are asking. We mentioned it, so a lot of people are asking about it.
So you take your ribs, you just grill them like you normally do, and
Yeah.
then you take them off the grill and you create a batter. I created a beer batter with like a pumpkin ale is what I made. I made this last fall. And then you take those ribs and then you drop them into the grill or into the deep fryer, and then you cover them with some barbecue sauce on top of that.
That sounds awesome.
It's not something you have, like every weekend.
No.
But it's something you got to try at
Well, when
least
something's
once.
called deep fried, I would imagine that's an all-the-time food.
Right. Well, in our society, maybe not.
True enough.
All right, let's go back to the phones real quick. A few more questions for Scott from grillinfools.com. Then we're going to give away some stuff. Let's go to Shaylin on line number 4. Good morning, Shaylin.
Hi.
Hey, what's your question?
I was wondering if Scott knew any veggie burger recipes, because I'm a vegetarian, but I still love barbecue.
I don't have any veggie burger.
Nothing for the
recipes.
vegetarians?
We have lots of vegetarian, we have the grilled lettuce on there. And
Yeah,
we have,
Riz loves that. He makes that all the time.
Yeah, it's so simple. We have these stuffed portobellas. Just pull a sausage out of that recipe. We have a lot of vegetarian stuff, but I've never done a veggie burger. I guess I need to address that.
Yeah, Shaylin, you got to try, and they have the recipe, and Patricia put it on the blog as well for that the grilled romaine lettuce.
Yeah.
I know it sounds weird, like grilled lettuce, but use that with the Parmesan, the whole thing. It's so good.
Right.
It's really good.
Yeah, I like to do my corn on the grill,
Yeah.
and
Oh.
put all kinds of good seasonings in there.
Yep, that's awesome too.
Really good.
All right, hey, Shaylin, thanks. Yeah, that's the naked corn, right?
Naked corn, that's
yeah, naked
right.
corn that you told us about one time. I've
Take
used
it.
that a number of times.
Grill it, put it on there naked, and rub some butter on there. Just brush some melted butter. Put some herbs and garlic in the butter if you want, to kind of and then when you pull it off, throw on some grated parm or something like that.
So good.
And a little cilantro or something like that. Just, oh man, blow your mind.
Steve in Jerseyville, what's your question? Scott from grillinfools.com's here.
Yeah. Hi, Scott. That last question kind of put me off with the veggie burger thing. Sorry about that.
Put me off, too.
I'm ready to have some ribs for breakfast right now if you're talking about ribs. Oh, my. Hey, my question is there any easy way to get that thin membrane off of ribs? Man, it takes me like 20 minutes, and I lost all my patience by the time I'm done pulling that layer of membrane off the ribs. Is there any way to soak it or warm it or cool it?
You got to skin your ribs. That's right.
You got to skin your ribs.
Paper towel is your friend. So just get the corner up and use like a fork, a chopstick. Once you get it down with the paper towel, you don't even need that. You just grab the corner and get the paper towel because that'll give you a grip on it because it's so slippery and slimy, and just rip it down. And that's your friend. It's your paper towel.
I've seen pros do it, and man, they just pull that sucker right off.
That's
and I'm thinking,
right.
how does that happen?
Yeah,
So
They got the touch,
mine comes off in little half-inch strips.
Now sometimes you can't get it off. Sometimes, especially if you get from an old pig, and I'm serious. If it's an old pig, you won't be able to get that membrane off. So score the crap out of it with a knife. Just cover. Just hit it with a knife and just put a big crisscross pattern up and down that sucker to kind of just spread it open because it's kind of tough. And if you score it, then it'll loosen it up a little bit. So it's a last resort, basically.
All right, Steve, thanks for the call. Number 1 in Jerseyville. Let's go to Jim Lee-May. Good morning, Jim.
Hey, good morning, guys.
What's your question for grillinfools.com?
Well, all right. I was watching this TV, and they were smoking pork shoulder for pulled pork.
Mm-hmm.
And when they were done, they wrapped it, they pulled out the oven or the warmer, I guess it was, and it was wrapped in saran wrap. And I was just wondering, what temperature do you have to set the oven on, on the inside in your house to do that so it doesn't melt the saran wrap to the
Can't
pig?
say I've ever wrapped it in saran wrap. I always wrap it in foil so that you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah,
melting the plastic to your meat. I think I would just skip the saran wrap and go with foil.
God, that's like prom night.
Yeah, but was it when they were did they just have it in an oven that wasn't even turned on, or maybe a warmer that
could
wasn't
be
even
it,
turned
yeah.
on?
Just
Right,
warm
yeah. I
setting.
thought maybe they just had it like a warm temperature.
Most people
high temperature, but
when you do pulled pork or you do brisket, you wrap it in foil tight, and then you put it in an unlit oven or a microwave that's not on, and just leave it there for an hour and let it kind of calm down, and before they pull it. Or slice it in terms of a brisket. So it may not have been that. It may have been that wasn't even on. It may not have been.
Right.
But still, if that grills at 200 and 300 degrees, wouldn't that still melt the
I would think
I
so.
would think so.
I'm not going to take the chance. If you're not even supposed to reheat your leftovers in the microwave,
foil?
Right.
Go with foil.
with plastic anything.
I know
forget
that.
it.
I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, hey Jim, thanks man. Number 1 in Lima. Have a great weekend. And here, one last call. Let's go to Mike in Hazelwood. Hey Mike, you're on with Scott from grillinfools.com.
Hey, good morning, guys. How you doing?
What
Happy
up?
birthday, Riz.
Nice to remember.
Hey, so My favorite smoker, it's been traditionally throughout my life. I've had friends use. It's called the Big Green Egg. Have you heard of it?
Yep.
Okay.
Expensive.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was asking. It's really, really expensive. Is there anything comparable to it that's less expensive?
I've actually got it's a char griller. It's kind of a knockoff. It's a double walled steel with an insulation. It's nice. It works pretty well. It's called the Acorn, AKORN, but I still have to stand over it a lot. I still have, like the Big Green Egg, you set it and forget it. And you got to realize that there's other options out there than Big Green Egg. There's the Grill Dome, Bub Keg, Grill Dome. Dad's got a Grill Dome. I think that's why he was just trying to flag me down, because it's fantastic. And it's a little cheaper, but it's still in that upper echelon.
Like, what are the Big Green Egg? Like, what do those go for? It's like $600 or $700, isn't it?
Once
More?
you put the nest on there, it's
It just depends on
$1,000.
the size of
$1,000?
them.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, and they have a massive following, and they're I mean, again, you set them and forget them, and they're great, but they're not. That's the knock, is it's not cheap.
You're right.
Like I said, I got this Acorn, although and I've had to do some modifications to it, which I'm sick of having to buy a grill and having to seal stuff and make sure it's airtight and all that. Where I'm at the point now, I wish I wouldn't have dropped the $300 on this thing and went ahead and just put that towards getting a legit Kamado grill. That's what the Big Green Egg is. It's a Kamado style grill. So whether the Grill Dome or Big Green Egg or whatever the other options are out there.
Yeah, that's just the brand. Really,
Kamado's like
style.
Yeah,
it's
it's like a sedan. You know what I mean?
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm after. I mean, it's just the food that comes off those is just been nothing but phenomenal.
It does everything. You get low and slow. You can do 200 degrees for 20 hours on one little charcoal, and you can do 800,000 degrees to grill your steak. But there's a price tag,
right?
I mean, and
depends on how serious you are,
right?
Yeah, it's a very hefty price tag. And then the other thing I had for you is, have you ever heard of a jacquard?
No.
Okay. What this is it's look it up. It's a JACCARD. It's like a meat tenderizer. So it's got like 48 little tiny blades, and you basically you just press it along the meat. It's probably one of my favorite meat tenderizing tools I've ever had or used in my life. And you can find them on Amazon or whatever, anywhere from like $20 to $50.
Cool. Thanks for the heads up, man. Appreciate it.
All right, man.
I've seen that. I didn't recognize the name.
Number one in Hazelwood. Have a great weekend. All right, well, Scott from GrillinFools.com. We'll have all the links on the blog if you want to go to 1057thepoint.com/war. We have some stuff to give away, and we'll do that right after the break. We have some of those Kenrick's gift cards, the $25 gift cards to give away. We got the Pitmaster IQ that we're going to be giving away.
We got some Riley's packets of these are gift packets for their other spices, including that Cajun rub.
That's awesome. I want to take one of those home.
Each one of them has a Cajun. There's two different ones here, and this garlic pepper seasoning, I did that just on rib, just nothing but the garlic pepper seasoning was awesome.
Yeah. Nice
little change up from my typical stuff. And I've got a loaf lighter. Now, how do you want me to do? But this is a used one. I got ones that should be.
Well, no
in my
one's going
house
to pick
today.
it up today. We're
Right. So I can just bring it, drop it off, mail it to whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
one of those
Express.
like blowtorch lighters for your grill.
Yeah.
Or your fireplace in the wintertime.
Right, and you know what? Environmentally friendly because it plug in, so you're not using fluids or whatever.
Yeah, we'll give away all this stuff. I tell you what, we'll give out this stuff like throughout the show this morning. We have a lot to give away going in Memorial Day weekend. But Scott from GrillinFools.com, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it as always. Great for the ideas and everything else you need. Just go to GrillinFools.com. We'll have a link on our blog in case you just want to do it that way. And a couple of the recipes that we talked about today, like these stuffed smoked pork tenderloin sliders, which I can't wait to try, and those sweet heat Cajun ribs. I think those are my two favorites.
Hey, man, you're not far from me, dude. Sunday Memorial Day, we're doing a pig. I'll make those up for you. Stop on by.
Sweet.
The Woody and Rizzuto Podcast. 1057thepoint.com/